Hey, I am Brett Lee Clark, and this is my channel. In today's video, I'm going to review the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 that's on Netflix. Yeah, it's like a sequel to the original. Before I get started, hi, I'm Brett if you're new here, and I make random videos. Anything from movie reviews, to product reviews, to like cooking, to movie countdowns, to like Britney Spears, all kinds of stuff. So if you like random stuff, subscribe. Yeah! See, yeah! That's my impression of SNL impression of the Jennifer Aniston doing Rachel on Friends impression. Yeah! What? Ross? Yeah! Mom is gonna kill me! Hey, Phoebes. Yeah, so that's, you didn't think you're gonna come to this Texas Chainsaw Massacre review and get a Friends impression, did you? Huh? So see how random the channel is? You like random stuff? Subscribe! Anything from horror to cooking, all kinds of things. So yeah, subscribe. Anyway, let's get into the review. Hey, did I get you? Really quick, let's do show and tell, shall we? So I have this Leatherface right here. Hey, this is the Leatherface that I have, see? Wow. And then I have this one too. I got this, it's this one, see? Look at my little Leatherface toy. Wow. Wow, wait. I like this one because it reminds me of like when I used to buy like 80s action figures, obviously. They didn't have these back then because they've been so cool, or if they did, I didn't have any, and I would have loved to have horror movie action figures. And now I do. So there's that, yeah. Okay, so let's get into the movie. So the movie starts out with these kids, well, like 20s, I guess. These young adults going to a town to like revamp it. They want to revamp Harlow, Texas, which is where Leatherface, you know, Texas Chainsaw happened at. So they want to revamp this town and like make it into like an Instagrammer town and like have influencers come and do like pop-up shops and stuff. So that's their plan. So they get there and then they unknowingly upset Mr. Leatherface, and he comes with a chainsaw. So that's the plot within a, you know. So some things that show in the trailer that I can give away is like they had the original girl from part one. Well, it's the character, the actress who played the character died in real life, but they have someone else playing the character of Sally, who's the girl from part one who escaped. So she's kind of like a Jamie Lee Curtis, Sidney Prescott, you know, Laurie Strode, Sidney Prescott type character. That's what they're trying to go for. Like, you know, she's been traumatized by Leatherface all these many years later. She's still thinking about it, which, you know, that could happen. She could just keep every day reliving that same nightmare over and over again, and she's like, I'm gonna take him down finally. So I like that. It's sad that the real girl couldn't do it. Could you imagine if like in the new Scream, if they'd been like, well, Neve Campbell said she's not coming back, so we have Hilary Swank as Sidney Prescott, and everyone just pretends like it's Sidney Prescott. There's like Gil's like, hey Sid, and it's fucking Hilary Swank. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like that's what they're doing here. Is like it's a character, just a different actress playing the character, which for this scenario is fine because it's 50 years apart and we've never seen her return for any other sequels, so it's fine. It's just funny to think that, you know, they could do that with like Sidney Prescott one day and be like, this isn't, there's Sidney, but it's not Neve Campbell. It's Hilary Swank or somebody. I don't know who it is. Since technically its original character is returning from the past, wouldn't this be a requel because they're like bringing back old characters and bringing in new? You know what I mean? Sequel, requel. Does it work if the main character isn't like a famous main character? Does it still work? You know what I mean? Anyway, so it's kind of a requel scenario. So they make this like short-ish and sweet-ish without giving too much away. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I watched it this morning. I actually watched it twice, like back to back, because it was just to like make sure I had absorbed it fully. I liked it a lot. There's lots of like intense, there's like drawn out scenes of suspense. I found it was more suspenseful than the new Scream movie was, and there were more like chase scenes and action scenes in the new Scream movie. So I mean, if you just want like a fun movie to watch and like, you know, jump at and there's lots of blood and guts, then this is the movie for you. It's nothing special, but it's nothing bad either. Like if I was to rank it as far as like in the franchise of Texas Chainsaw, it'd be like original 2003 with Jessica Biel, and then this one. Like it's like in the top 3 compared to all the other ones. This one is way better than most of the sequels. I also like the fact when you have like 2 main girls, because they're like their sisters in the movie, you're like, are they both gonna survive, or is one not gonna make it? Are they both not gonna make it? And it kind of gives it a more of a, like if it's only one main girl, if there's like only one Sydney and she's getting chased, you're like, well, she'll be fine. But when there's 2 of them getting chased, you're like, well, maybe one of them is gonna die. So it kind of gives it like more of a, like all bets are off until, you know, if it was gonna happen, when it happens, then that last one you're like, oh well, she'll be good. you know, but until that happens, you're like, oh God, is one of them gonna die? Is one of them gonna die? Oh God, oh, what's gonna happen? So I do like that aspect of keeping, like all movies should do that, like at least keep one friend alive for the rest of the movie, so you're like always worried about the fact that one friend is gonna die sooner or later. You're like, oh, sooner or later they're gonna get it, but they haven't got it yet. It's been half an hour. When are they gonna get it? Bah. Also, like, not to give anything away, but like I feel like one of the main girls, she has a backstory that makes her a survivor of something that happened to her, you know, before in a different scenario prior to the movie starting. But it makes it, I felt it like drew me more, like I felt more like, oh my God, I love you. You better survive. I hope you make it. I hope you make it. Please make it. Like it gave me that kind of a, you know, vibe. If that makes sense. Okay, and then also like with like the with the girl returning from the original, you know, it gave it more of a kind of like passing the torch in a way, but like a fighter scene, like don't run from the bad guy, fight type of deal. Like it gives that type of plot line or mode, like, you know, stop running, because if you run, you'll always think about it from on and on. You'll always think about that same scenario over and over again if you don't put it into it now. So put it into it now. I like that aspect of it a lot. One thing that was weird, that like it's not a spoiler I guess, but like there's a certain layout of one of the buildings in the town, and it looks just like the layout of the house from the original or the remake. Like it is the exact same layout, but it's not that location, but it's just a location in the town that looks a lot like the house from the original, I guess. It's weird. It's like, why is this? I'm confused. Did they recreate it for some reason in this area to make someone feel more at home or something? Like I didn't get why the layout was the exact same as, I don't know. It was cool though. It was a cool layout. Overall, it was a fun movie. Like I could see it going to theaters. There were definitely like issues with it. There's one scene, not to give anything away, but clear umbrella. Why didn't she say something? I'll just say that. So when you watch it, clear umbrella, why didn't you say something? I'm confused as to why. What? Why was she just like, whatever, okay. You'll see. It's weird. It's like a weird, you're like, what? That confused me? Like what's happening there? And then the ending was really good. I like the ending. Also, the kill scenes were really good. They were very bloody. They were very gruesome. They were drawn out. So it was like more suspenseful. That's another thing about Scream. It wasn't like that suspenseful. It was more like, or you kind of thought it was suspense for a split second, and then it was like, and dead. This, it was like, for him to be this, like, how he just comes at people and kills them. There was a lot of scenes of like people like hiding, you know, and like they can see him but he can't see them type of deal. You get like a what do killers do when no one's looking? You get like one of those type experiences where you're like, what's he gonna do when no one, he doesn't know if someone's watching him? So that was kind of cool aspect of the movie. Sister bond, that was cute. It makes you want to, like I said, makes you want to like are you both gonna make it or not? I don't know. The bus scene, like as cool as the bus scene is, it's in the trailer. As cool as that scene is, they should have allowed more people to escape than escape, to give more chase scenes, more murders after the bus scene, if that makes sense. Not to give anything away. How many escape? You don't know, do you? Huh? Ha. So there you go. But I wish they would have had more people escape, you know, to just have a few more chase scenes before like the grand finale or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, if you're into like just a fun time, you know, it's nothing spectacular. It's not groundbreaking by any means. It's very like, you know, cut and paste, but it's fun. It's a fun cut and paste, and it's pretty good. It's a little different. There's lots of like, it really is gory, and there's lots of kills. And also, here's the thing I was annoyed with about Scream was that they didn't use they only used the knife in the new Scream. They only use the knife the entire time. They always use at least like one other way someone dies, usually in the other movies. With this, yeah, it's Texas Chainsaw, but he at least found other ways of killing people besides using the chainsaw. And I respect that, because, you know, there's one, the first kill, you're gonna be like, what? You're just like, what he uses to kill the first person is like just, you're like, I will say he should have been a little, I feel like Leatherface should have been a little older looking, because like, I don't know, would he be like almost, it's been 50 years since the original, or 40 years since the original? How long has it been since the original? 50 years? Yeah, so 50 years later, would he be like almost 70 or 80 years old? That's the only thing. I mean, he was older looking, but like maybe a little bit more gray hair. I don't know. I mean, it was still fine. It was fine. He was scary. His face, that's scary stuff. That's scary. Woo-wee, scary. You want me to do a super quick review? Get ready. It's pretty pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty fun. There's 4 friends and they go to this little town and they want to make it into like a Instagram town. And guess what happens? Leatherface shows up and guess what he does? He starts killing. He just starts slaying away. Yeah, just a slaying away. And they're like, oh Lord, someone's after us with a chainsaw. And they're like, oh God. And then there's these 2 sisters and they're kind of like the main characters. So you're kind of like, oh, they should be okay, but one of them might die. Oh, both of them make it, but you're worried because you're not sure if both of them are going to make it or not. So that kind of draws out the suspense for you see? And you're like, oh Lord have mercy. Please don't take them both from me. You're worried and one of them's a survivor. She's already survived something. You gotta wait and see what she survived. Whole thing. And then you're just like, oh Lord, at the very end, you're like, oh Jesus Christ. It's good. I thought it was fun. Y'all may think it's fun. It's gore. It's a gory good time. It's nothing critically acclaimed by any means, but it's a fun movie. There's my short and sweet review. Okay. I hate myself. Okay, I think it's a good movie. I think it's good. It's good. So go check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix today. Yeah. If you're new to Texas Chainsaw, I would say watch the first one and the remake in 2003. Is that when it was out? The Jessica Biel remake. I'm pretty sure it's 2003. And then this one. Those are, I think, the best ones by far. But yeah, check out that. Subscribe if you like random videos and or if you like me, subscribe. Again, I make anything from cooking to Brittany to horror, all kinds of videos. Subscribe. Check out me on YouTube. Check me out on the Instagram at Brettley Clark. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope this wasn't terrible. I wanted to make it short and sweet. It's good. Go watch it. Okay. Wow.